I've done two implementation end to end as a project manager. So I know from hardware, software, implementation, everything. So I thought I will take more session on SAP so that everybody understands the total picture of SAP rather than concentrating on each module like basis, ABAP, FM, FICO. So I thought I will pitch in and do take a class on. My previous I take three classes, one for SAP introduction, another two important modules are FICO and MM. So MM we completed last month, FO I will be taking today. So if we start, so this is the agenda for today. What is ERP SAP fundamentals? What is finance and cost controlling? What is RFP, request for a proposal, BBP, business blueprint document, and what is as is and to be documentation, FICO, what is organization structure, KDS, master data, and cutover data. I will take small cases and explain. I won't be able to do the justification for each topic because each topic again itself is a minimum 1 hour, 2 hour session. And how to do FICO configuration, unit and integration testing, go live preparation, and go live. This is the whole process for implementation. Okay. So what is ERP? ERP is an enterprise resource planning software, and earlier they had inventory management separate, HRM separate, payroll separate. They had different databases. All this combined together, they they took one database and introduced all the things so that all the reporting, everything happens. So enterprise resource planning comes from that this thing. So it basically covers the cash to cash cycle. Okay, you have the MM module, purchase to pay, sales to cash, all these cash to cash cycle it will cover. Who are the ERP software suppliers? SAP is the topmost. Oracle is also there, Microsoft Dynamics and Infor. So this is the total business process which we will configure in SAP. Basically, you have a product and you sell it to the customer and you invest money, and that is what is the thing, and you get, when you sell the product, you have the cash. So all this coloring portion is for MM module. This portion is for the SD module. Rest of the production is production planning. You have finance, all the modules are covered. Production planning, all the modules. Quality module is covered. Fixed asset, treasury, real estate. All these combined together are the basis of SAP implementation. I'm going a little bit faster because I need to cover the implementation for. Basically, SAP started by 5 IBM engineers who came together and introduced in 70s. They started it. They called it as SAP R2. At that time, only database was there and the client was there. So your user used to access the database. That is why R is a relational database, and only two users are there. It's only client and the database. Then they improved it and made it SAP R3. This is called client server architecture. And there you have the database, you have application layer and the user. So they started with 1.0, 2.0, 4.0, and they came up to 6.0. And 4.0 was the last one for R3. Then they again modified the database and made it ECC, ERP as a central component. They introduced the main FICO, MM, HRM, quality management, SD. These are 5, 6 basic modules. And on top of that, they add BIW and rest of the main thing, niche products which are there. So they called it as ARP as a central component. That they started with 5.0 to 6 and 7 was also introduced. And between each product, they used to have 5 to 6. There was a 5 between 5 and 6 or 4.5 to 7. They used to call it as enhancement package, where they used to modify the changes which are requested by the users. They used to implement in the system, and EHP 1, 2, 3, 4 like that they used to have, and 4.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 6 they used to have EHP package. So here the database was Oracle or DB2 or SQL. Now SAP thought they will introduce a database because the license cost was paid to Oracle. So they introduced the HANA database. HANA was basically one of the founders, Hasso Plattner. It's in his name, HANA and Hasso Analytics, they call it. That is one of the names of the HANA. HANA was introduced, and database instead of Oracle and DB2, they use HANA as the database. Now, initially when they started, they introduced simple finance, simple logistics. They couldn't do enterprise version of the software covering all the modules in the first phase. So they started with simple finance, then they introduced simple logistics. So they started with yes. Yes stands for R became yes. Okay, relational database, that thing was removed, and 3 became 4. That is why S4 the name came. And HANA, is Hasso Plattner, one of the founders. This thing. And like in EHP and ECC, they introduced the versions here. It was not 4.0, 5.0. It was by the 1511, 1603, 1611, 1809, 1910, or something like that. The first digit, 2 digits represent the year and the month. And 1511, for example, is 2015. And in the November, they introduced the service pack. Here it is not called as EHP, it is called as a feature pack stack and service pack stack. And that is why the number and the year also was introduced. It's important to know here that lot of people, SAP offers certification for 1802, 1910, 2005, 2005. But it's important to know the whole process, and you should know what is the difference between 1810 and 1910 or 1910 and 2005. Only there are around 8 to 10 features change will be there. Those are the important things. Basically you need to know whole process of what is the finance, all the processes involved, which I will cover in this one. And for the 1910 and 2005 or 1709, you should know what are the different new features which have been added in the system. Okay. So some of the products and the terminologies you need to know. As I said, S for HANA stands for the HANA database, and S for HANA is an enterprise product. Now they have um, all the modules covered in this one. Earlier it was only simple finance was introduced. So S4 HANA, this is a licensed product. You buy the license, you buy the hardware, you buy an implementation partner, you have your all IT team ready, then you this thing. And you can use, once you buy, you take a license, you take an AMC of 22%, and that will go on and you use the product. Okay, this is one of the products which is there. Another product is a cloud platform. What you can do is the SAP S4HANA you purchase, you can host on a HANA cloud, HANA enterprise cloud is there. You can host there so that they take care of the hardware and the upgrade and all. You just start implementing and you put it on the cloud. There is one more version of HANA which comes, which is as a S4HANA cloud platform. which is the latest one is integrated SAP by Design. This is the latest introduced cloud platform, which is like SAP Activate in the earlier, and SAP Business One is also a cloud platform, except S4HANA, which is enterprise version, which is on-prem, is a license. The rest of the products are all cloud-based, and you need to buy only the prescription, this thing for monthly this thing, and pay and start using from day one. You will not be able to do many modifications or anything. If you have any process changes, you won't be able to do. Then you have to give it to SAP. They will take a lot of time to implement. But if you buy a HANA enterprise product, which is on-prem licensed version, you will be able to do all the changes. So the main difference is the SAP by Design is a cloud version. You will not be able to do any changes. These are the one more terminology is Big Bang ERP and phased approach. Big Bang ERP is all the enterprise production planning, purchase to pay, sales to pay, all the processes you implement in one shot. In phased approaches, either you FICO implement first time, later, then the process, or you can do cash to cash cycle processes wise, logistic process you implement, but those processes will take time. Big Bang approach you can take and you can implement 6 months in one shot. Okay, so coming to S4HANA, as I said, it's simple finance, core finance, or simple finance, and you have procurement to pay one cycle, and you have the plan to product. This is PP. Order to cash is SD module. Enhanced request for other service equipments and all. Core for human resource, payroll, and all can be integrated. And ECC was module wise. You had FI modules, SICO module, treasury, project systems, DMS, document management system, HR, quality management, production planning, material management, SD. But you will not have the same terminologies in S4HANA. That is the difference between ECC and S4HANA. Okay, and in S4HANA, UI is Fiori, so you will have less number of screen. You don't have to use T codes or other things to remember. You can directly go to the icon and start using. I will show you the screen. So coming to the actual implementation process, this is the whole implementation cycle. You have project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, and go live support. Okay, this is the whole total process. In this one, if you see, all the processes have been documented. Okay, so we will go one by one and we will do the implementation. FICO. So what is a FICO module? FICO module is finance and cost controlling. It has basic modules like general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, asset accounting, bank accounting, consolidation, special plus ledger, cost element accounting, cost center accounting, sub features of the profit center. Basically, you generate the profit and balance statement and the other things for this. So FICO has the integration with module and the SD module plus HCM payroll and other modules also. So basically you generate a balance sheet, income statement, cash flow, cost center reports, and sales profit analysis, all these things, the features of FICO module. So FICO integrates with the SD, HCM, and plant maintenance also. Basically, you need the master data. You have the master data of general ledger, banking master, customer master, vendor master, fixed assets. Then you have the HRM payroll connected with it. This yellow is for the purchase to pay cycle, which is basically you have a AP ledger, you have a vendor, goods received, raw material inventory, purchasing, and you have a plant maintenance, which is fixed asset sub register, receipt of fixed assets, and purchase orders for these things, and AR, sale to cash cycle. You have the complete cycle. You have this customer master, you have the sales order, you have the delivery. Okay. And you have chart of accounts to do the booking of the thing. So RFQ is for the initial request for proposal. You send it once you buy the licenses, you want to implement FIC code, then you send to the uh, implementation partners the RFQ, RFP. Basically, it's set of requirements which SAP has put the product, and you need a configuration. For doing the configuration, you can do it from the IT to internal IT team if it is competent. Plus, either you can move by, you can go to third party like Accenture, Yash Technologies, or somebody who are capable of doing this thing, because it's very important that your business processes are redefined and used. Okay, so it's better to have an experts in each module, this thing, because if you see, if in the finance you will have AP, AR, GL experts are there, plant maintenance, asset management, HCM, payroll running, you need an expert. So it's better to have SMEs, system experts, system matter experts to do this thing. So these are the total processes which are given in the RFP. Accounts, you can just go through bank guarantee. Most of the things are covered. If at all anything is missing, that will be added. So apart from this, you give the list of the developments which are needed. For example, check printing is usually not available in the in the basic module. So what you need to do is you need to have take it as a development. Okay, and there is this bank reconciliation is another thing which is not there. It depends on bank to bank, and it needs to be developed. So there is a list of that also is available. You will send this list RFP to the vendors like Accenture or IBM, or they will get back to you saying, okay, what is the cost involved, what is the manpower they will put. You will put the IT manpower. You will select the from the users. You will select the core team member and the process owner. The process owner is the final signing of the document saying, okay, this is the process to be implemented. Core team is the sub junior person who will do the testing and all the processes. And IT team also involved. Then implementation partner team is involved. And if SAP are also required, they will also come and help during the implementation. So once you get the RFT, you will get the quotation, you will finalize the vendor. And the next is you need to define your processes clearly. So either you have an as-is document, which is the as-is process, what I'm currently doing, how I'm doing the invoice processing, how I'm doing the GR processing, how I am doing the PRPO process, my authorization schemes, who will approve my purchase order, all those things you need to document. So you will first document the thing and you write a process how the things are there. So for example, financial management, you have master data, you have different master data, you have vendor master, employee vendor master, customer master, asset master, GL master, bank master, cost center, profit center. You need to define all these things, and you will make a documentation of 1.0.1. You will say master data and how the vendor master data is created. What is all the data, whether my vendor is a local, whether my vendor is an imported vendor. All those documents you will processes, you will document. And in purchase to pay, outgoing payments, how do you do? Order to cash, how do you do? Collection payment. This is one of the processes which we had implemented in your this thing that I have documented. So fixed asset, how do you do? General ledger, how do you do? Taxation, TDS, service tax. So that closing procedures, how do you close the months, financial closure, MM closure, all those things, letter of credit, how do you do? So again, there are 3 pages for, this is the total process which has been documented. Okay, how the loans are taken, treasury can be also implemented, cost center efficiency, internal orders, how does it? So to be documentation is a document which is created by the process owner and the core team member and under the supervision of the IT team. For example, the vendor payment processing, how the vendor payment is done. You will document all the processes. The wherever there is an yellow, it means uh, it's a SAP process, and whenever it is a blue, you need to do see either it is a manual or a this thing, and you will write the T code also, F-10, FB02, all these things will be written, and you will write the total process, how the this thing the this AP module, you run the report of the how the payments, how many people payments are due. This is after the GRA purchase order, the receipt, material receipt, and the GRA. You will run the report and you select the invoices to be done the payment, and you will do the processing. I think you people will be able to, finance people will be able to appreciate this process. Okay, so this is how the documentation needs to be done. And in this, once you process the flowchart, you prepare the flowchart, then you write the process steps, then you report requirements if at all and they're there. When you generate a invoice, you need a printout of the GRA or not, whether the purchase order printout is required, because still after implementing SAP also, some of the finance manager ask for all the documentation from purchase order to GRA to the vendor invoice and the final check. So before signing the check, the person says, I want all the documentation. So you need to decide what are the process steps, what are the gaps, what are the developments. You will write all these things and make a process documentation. Okay, another example of is the JV posting, how the JV postings are done. Okay, basically the yellow ones, FB50 and FB01 are the transaction codes for the JV posting. And again, you write the process flow. Any gaps, if at all anything is there, you write that. I found more gaps in the MM module, and we did a lot of developments in the MM module. FI, it is more related to, like I said, check printing and the bank reconciliation are the major developments in the district. So this is the total BBP documentation list which we had prepared. Intercompany reconciliation, cost center accounting, cost element accounting, profit center accounting. These are the total processes which are available, and I have a copies. If somebody wants any processes, this thing you can ask me. I will send you by mail. How master data is created, invoicing created, vendor clearing, outgoing payments, order to cash, banking and outgoing payment, setup. This is a total big list, and you will find this in the internet also. A lot of people have written documents on this, how the insurance claim is done, all those things. So this is the total list of our implementation, and we clearly know, okay, after while it for the total implementation it takes 6 months, and during this time you might come out with more processes, but I would advise you to take it in the phase 2. Don't try to implement everything in the first phase. Whatever is you have agreed for a target, complete that, then only go to the second phase. So this is the total list of my processes. These are my finance looks. So you might have heard the word RISFW, which is reports, interface, conversion, enhancement, forms, and workflows. When you do the implementation, obviously the purchase order printout, the check printout, then you have the JV printout also will be there. Those also you will get. This is the development report apart from the after going through the 1 month of to be documentation and other. we found out that TDS report was not available. We need to prepare document printing, layout for document printing, purchase order register. Some of the registers which are there, you can just go through. Salary upload. Once you might be doing salary in the payroll, SCM payroll, or you might be doing in the outsourced thing. Then if you do outsourced things, you need to load the salary by cost center, by the employee code. So that report or that interface needs to be developed. So this is the total development which have been done by us. When you do this, you should remember one thing: there is a lot of effort from ABAP is included. So when you do the manpower calculation, you need to have one or two ABAP developers to support you for doing all the report changes and all those things. So organization structure is very important. Apart from finance organization, we'll come to the finance organization. You have a client, you will have a client of, you can have one or multiple clients, and you can have multiple companies in a one client. And controlling area, chart of account, chart of depreciation, credit control area. You have purchasing organization. That's what I said. SD, this is the MM module. Purchasing organization, plan, storage location, you need to define. Then you have the SD, sales organization, distribution channel, division, sales offices, sales group. So this is the total organization of a company. This is the SD FICO organization. So you have a client which is 100, controlling area is 1000. So you can have a segment, you can have a profit center, and we can have a cost center. The best way is to start with the segment. You can have a segment of solar, thermal, that you can define in the profit center also, but it's better to have a segment before. You have a client, controlling area also can be one or more. Okay, I can define controlling area segment as the same. I can start, but for reporting for the FICO and the this thing, it is always better, because the more controlling area you have, more profit center, more you need to repeat in all the companies. Now I can have a 100 profit center and cost centers for a one controlling area, and segment I can use it for reporting your profit loss statement, or everything can be corrected. So each segment can have multiple companies. Company, like for example here, and each, this is solar, thermal, you have mining. So you can have multiple segments. Profit center and cost center again. Yeah. You will hear about the key data structure, which is the numbering system which is used. All your documents that are generated will have a numbering system. So what is the starting number, what is the validity, and all those things. So asset posting, account documentation, vendor invoice starting with 1900. The first two digits you can use as a company code identification. You can start with 10, which is Delhi office, 30 Calcutta office, like that. So you can have first two digits and the running numbers for that. I think here you use the first two digits only they have used, and you will have the reverse documentation type. All those things need to be defined. So these are the T codes. Apart in S4HANA, it is more of a Fury based for the user, but for the programmer, ABAPer, and this thing, for this thing, this thing is you go by the T codes only. Okay, T codes only. T code OK11 for number ranges for the cost planning budget. That is what is the just 1 second. So K and K for number range for this thing, and transaction code GB02 for number range for the local ledgers. So basically, you need to know. I will give you the T codes which are used for defining all the things. That is in the next slides. But these are the for the KDS. These are the sample T codes which needs to be given. Coming to the master data of the FICO, you have GL codes, profit center, cost centers, bank codes, asset codes, material master. Everything needs to be created. So these are the some of the screens. Either you give the T code or you go by the menu driven thing. You have financial accounting, master records. You have maintain numbering system, display, maintenance, compare, account, document, everything is there. You either you give this one or you give the T code FS00 for master data GL accounts is FS00, customer code XD01, vendor code this thing. Okay, for transactional data, GL line items, asset balance, all these things. So this is the total master data for module wise. Okay, financial, GL accounts, cost centers, financial accounting, okay, profit center, internal order. And for material management, why I'm giving you this is because some of the data without having the unit of measurement or the currency data or this thing, so it will not be complete. So you should know total master data that is available with the system. So you have in the this thing you have bank details, everything in the system. You will come across another data which is called as a cutover data. Cutover data is you want to go live by April of the year, then by March you will close all the purchase orders or the GL entries, all the vendors you pay, you start the fresh payments and all those things. So it's important you need to know what are the total data you are transferring from your old legacy system to the new legacy system. So you need to know what is your GL balance, balance sheet, liabilities, customers, vendor stock, assets, CWIP. Okay, vendor line items, customer line items, cash and bank balances, fixed assets. You need to transfer fixed assets from the old system to the new system. Okay, special GL transaction, treasury, what are the loans, FDs, everything you need to make. So these are the data you will be transferring from, you will try to close as much as in this thing, all the vendor payments you can close, all the receipts you do and close the things, you transfer it to the stock and you take it to the new system. And you need to define all the lockout periods, everything for the transfer data. These are the actions you will be taking. You will have the GL, you will decide what are the balance sheet items you will be taking, assets you will be taking. Balance sheet as on 31st March will be uploaded in SAP. Only balance sheet accounts will be uploaded. Respective GL accounts will be debited and GL upload account. Legacy balance sheet as on 31st March you will close. You will be from your SAP, you will be starting with the newer balance sheets to be finalized. What you will do with the vendor line items, you will do, these are the activities which you will be doing. Basically, you vendor line items, you will create all the vendors which are under use only, you will transfer it to the new system and you will delete. You might have created a lot of unused vendors or you may not be using some of the vendors. You will all delete those vendors. You will not carry them. You will create only which are active. The rest of the new ones you will create system. Customer line items, cash and blank, these things. What are the activities, how it will be done, and you will have to define the no transaction period. The company will be operational this thing wise, it will be closed for 3 days for doing transaction. If you are a production system, production plant, you can run the production, but you will not update the inventory and all those things. You will define a 3 or 4 days blackout period during which you will do all the transfers, and from Monday or the 1st of April onwards, all the transactions will be done. So this is all decisions will be taken in the cutover team activity. So coming to why configuration is required in SAP. SAP is a good system we could have started using straight away. SAP as a standard practice will define more than, depending on all the fields, they will define more than 2, 3 or 3 processes for each transaction. Like for example, invoice matching, you have two-way, three-way. Okay. So you need to decide whether I use two-way or three-way or I use both of them. So depreciation methods, for example, you have baseline method, balance method, period level method, multi-level method. So you need to define which is you needed. So that is what is important. Depending on your all your implementation partner experience, your IT experience, your process owner experience, you decide which process to be used. That is what is called configuration in SAP. Like for example, if you see here, during depreciation, you need all this information. I need to select the parameter. Depending on that only, it will do the calculation. And if you don't select the wrong parameter, you will not be able to do the depreciation properly. So see, you have 19 parameters of which needs to be selected for a depreciation. And for the cost center selection, you need to define what is my currency, what is tax category. All these parameters are very important, and you will, if you select this, and you should know what are the end result which is going to come. So that is why configuration is required in the SAP. This is the total list of T codes which are required for during the configuring. So you have miscellaneous, you have enterprise structure, you need OX05. If somebody wants this list, you send me an email. I will send you the documentation, because if you do these transactions and define the total process, you will be an expert in the SAP. So most of the in the interviews they will ask you, how do you configure your assets, how do you configure your chart of accounts, what is this thing, what is how is the bank transactions are done. So if you know, if you execute all these transactions in your this thing, and that will be enough for to start, get a job in the SAP environment. So bank accounts, what is the transaction codes? MP, CC, C1, C2, OB 47. So this is general ledger transactions, T codes. You have, I will show you some of the transaction screens also, how the transaction is. But this total is because a FICO module is an important module which has an interface with all MMF, MMHR and the SD module, including the plant maintenance. So all the there are a lot of T codes which are required. Bank payment methods, automatic bank payment methods. So one example of how do you create a company code example we have. So either you go by the uh, traditional method of this thing. You start with the SPRO and you go to the enterprise structure definition, define a company. Then you can define a company. You can go to create company name, address. Okay, and you have the customization details, financial accounting, edit and copy. Usually what you do is when you first time you start, you will create a company which is suggested by SAP. You copy that same company, which is the line of business, and you modify that whole structure. You don't create from scratch in SAP. And these are the details what you will be entering. What is the language? What is the decimal places of currency? All that will be defined in the system. So this is how you create a company code. GL code, transaction code is FS00. Either you use FS00 or use a traditional method of logging in, SPRO0, then you come back and like I showed in the previous screen. So this is how you create. So you enter the control data. You have different screens, type and description, create a bank, control data, keyword, transaction. So basically you should know what are the parameter mandatory fields and how to enter that data. What is the, if I enter what data, what will happen, like you need to payment, that's this thing. You need to know exactly how you create. And if you press F4 on the screen, you will get the description of what is the field name, and what it does, this thing. So open and close posting period transaction code is very, T code is big, 3642. Either you enter it directly or you go to the general ledger and you go to the open and closing. Select a posting period, all the transaction. Most of the internet sites like guru.com gives a detailed description of how a transaction is done. So if you know what I'm looking in the from VP list and the T code list, you can find out, and you can use the screens to do the transaction. I don't have a live system to show you or a test system, but create a cost center T code, cost center. T code is KS01. So I enter directly KS01. I controlling area you need to mention, and you will define the cost center. Here the cost center is 1000111. I so you have the controlling area person, all those things, parameters you need to define. These are the depreciation parameters as I showed you in the configuration. You need to define what are the depreciation parameters, sorry, cost center parameters, this thing in the system. So once you do the configuration, you have the processes in place. You should sit with a SD person, MM person, and you do the transactions from purchase to cash. You generate a PR, you generate a PO, you generate a GRA, then you take an invoice and you do the payment. You check all the processes. You have the vendor codes, you have the master data of these things, all those things created. So you can define and you can do the unit testing and integration testing. Both the things you should be completing the total process. So you sit with the all the users. This thing you sit with the map person also, and you do the any changes needs to be done. He will help you to do that. Your basis person will help you to give you a test server and all those things. So basically, it's a teamwork which needs to be done. This is the unit testing sample format. How do FX test it? Fixed FA fixed asset acquisition with the vendor. Transaction is F90. What are the parameters to be entered? What is the output? What is the depreciation posting? You take a signature and use this data to this one. So integration testing, simple example I had taken from this thing. So if you have a purchase order of 100 rupees, basic value is 70, freight is 10%, taxes are 20%. So you will have the inventory debit of 80, raw material account debit, GPGR clearing account 70, to freight clearing account is 10. Okay, then you have, when you are doing a invoice verification, this is when you are making a GRA. This is when you are making a invoice verification. You debit the GRIR clearing account, and you credit the vendor account. Freight also you will debit clearing account, and you to vendor account credit. So you have both debit and credit in these transactions. This is what will happen in the transactions in the MM module. In the purchase consumables, these are the transactions that will happen. So you need to test all these things in your this thing. Another the integration testing modules is You see in the sales order when you create, you will availability check is done, credit check is done with FI before making a sale, whether your customer is credit capable or not. You will check that. In the costing, you will have a module. Tax determination will be done by FI module, transfer requirements within PA, PP and AMM module. Delivery of goods is availability check, all these transactions and what module will be affected, just documented. While when you do the billing, you will debit AR account in the FICO, credit revenue, update GL. So basically you should know when I'm doing a transaction, what modules it will affect and how it is affecting the module. Before that was, after you do all these activities like my cutover data is ready, my master data is ready, and my all process is ready, you will have a checklist for go live. Oh, these are the activities you do during the checklist. So you will allocate the basis guy who makes the systems ready. He will have to make the uh, uh, development, quality, and production, the test servers ready. He has to make sure that all the printers are installed, so everybody is able to take a printout. So all these activities are there, backup of the system, all these. So this is the total checklist which is required, and you need to do unit testing. How do you do conversion, master data, offloading? These are the total list we'll be preparing and checking. This is another this thing. Testing is very important. Training is important. You ensure that all your people are trained. Okay, and just you go live in the finance module. It's very important. It is from for the month you go back, you will divide the closing period of March into up to 28 one closing period. Then you take 29th also one closing period, 31st if it is there. Then you shift all the balances from this thing to the final next this thing. So next year when you go live. So these are some of the go live activities which are there. Your sandbox, which your testing system is ready, your quality development ready, trial, and you do training. So some of the things you will do dual track is maintenance. You will do. You run the old system also and new system also for some time. This is very for 1 or 2 days only to check, just to check whether that all the transactions are going, and you will do a go live on the financial year. This is another, you have your legacy system QA development. You will have legacy QA. You will stop that and you will transfer all the data to production system and go. This is another thing. These all things are to ensure that your top management, steering committee, your user, your process owner, everything, everybody is in the same line. You do go live very strictly. I think I've completed. If anybody has a questions, you can ask.
Hello,
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Altaf,
Ji.
uh, for the insights on this program. Uh, I know that the people who have access to SAP or who are working in the organizations where SAP is there, they can practice all these things. But do you think there are any other options where, if any new person who wants to learn SAP, do they have any tools available where they can test these functionalities?
There is a system called as IMG, which I'm not very sure which it is available. It is given, but I will check and get back to you. But if you log on to any of the 1 month trial period, they will give you. You just have to register as some of the thing and try to use that one.
That is similar to SAP system,
Yeah,
IMG?
it is a SAP system only. It is a SAP system. It is called IMG, which is used for testing only. It is given
Okay.
when you just raise a inquiry with this thing. They will give you IMG system, which is a general system, which is a play system, and it is usually given for 1 month. Like if you register to Microsoft anywhere, no, they will give you Excel or anything for 1 month, and then afterwards it will be user access will be taken out. You can use
Yeah.
that, but the only thing is I need to find out the exact place where this is available. But it is available. If you see the SAP site, you will be able to get that.
It's always good to have some hands-on,
Yeah,
especially
surely,
with
surely.
technical
Unless you do the
topics.
transactions yourself, you will not be able to explain the.
Exactly. Yes.
So
Exactly.
you use this, you just check in the SAP. I will also try to find out where it is available. I have noted down. If you send me an email, I will be able to get you that data.
Surely, I will do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Hi, this is Mahbub here. I
Yeah.
just have one question on this specific module. So this module is basically people who are should have a experience in accounts, finance department. How's that? And number one, and number two, the today's session I felt the basic or the introduction was maybe not covered. Looks like so if the person is very new to this, so they may not able to know everything. So this session is for the people who are already having experience in SAP.
See, first of all, the SAP introduction session was done 2 months back. This was,
Okay.
if you see, I had covered up all the hardware, what is the software, what is the system, and all those things. What is S4HANA? That is only 1.5 hour session.
Oh.
Okay, and when you see S4HANA or ECC, there are 8 to 10 modules, and the modules are a smaller portion. If 10 people work on total SAP, FICO maximum 2 consultants work, one person will be working. So it you should have attended. What I will do is the first session I will repeat. Okay, most probably after 2 or 3 months, I will send again, and we will. If you send me your email ID, I will send the PPT presentation. You will try to understand. If you don't understand, you can call me, and I can separately tell you what is the total thing of the SAP. That is the first thing. Okay, then individual module wise, people are experts. So this session was for only finance people, and there is no thing other finance people will not understand. But it's good if you knows the background of what is material management, what is finance, what is HCMCR, to know that. But it will take. It's like I have seen people who have done BA becoming experts in SAP in one of the modules, either FI, because if they were working in the accounts department, they work for 2 years, they know what is APAR, this thing, then you become an expert in that area. So it's just that you should have interest and you work on that to make it successful.
Basically works on completely on the reporting. I could say the reports goes to and I send those reports to the finance department. So that's my role of existing. I could say that.
Which company you work?
I work for Philips, and there is a tool
Okay.
called Clarity Project Management Tool, so
Uh,
where all the project database will be stored, and I support as a a front end user admin.
okay. For your kind of setup, it is PS module is required, project system module.
You mean to say BW, BI?
No, no, BI is the top of this thing. It is used for business warehouse and business intelligence. It's called BW. It basically it extracts the data from total SAP, and the reports are generated. But what, according to me, what you said was you have projects and the project report you give it to the management,
Yes.
right?
True.
Project report are basically you have a new setup, you start a project, and there for that we use the PS module here, project system.
No, mainly I work on the reporting actually. Reports I work.
Reporting. So BIW or BobJ or Fiori, these are all reporting things.
Okay.
You will be able to.
So maybe that domain is similar to my Coursera, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So in case if the person wanted to learn that, so just maybe not sure if the out of the context. So how long you in that course I should be go in that, and what is there any fee structure or certification something is involved over there?
You need to. There is a module called as BobJ and Crystal Report. There are some 2-3 things available. You can learn those things. But I would recommend you to, apart from that, you are doing any, this data is financial data or it is a project monitoring data?
It's a project monitoring data, reporting to project managers, department managers, as well as the finance department.
Okay.
But basically a project data. But I works mainly on the project data by extracting reports in the Excel file, and I create like pivot sheet, etc., and I give the analysis, etc.
Okay. Basically, it is a PS only project system.
Yes, project support office.
Yeah, project system. You can little bit go through product system module. Plus, you need to know BobJ and the Crystal Report, all those things, which are the basically like you extracting the data and manipulating the data and giving it in a presentable format to the user or the management. So this is what is the flow. Basically, you need to know total SAP and you need to know PS system and the reporting structure.
Thank you very much. And also my nephew is in the call as well. His name is Zishan. So he is working in finance, and I have recommended him to attend this session FICO because this is similar to him. I feel.
Yeah, it is.
So mainly, so how long he has to go for the training, and what is the process, and is there a certification separately has to do? Who can guide?
FICO, if he is interested in FICO, for him to learn the total FICO processes, if he has a good system with him, if he's working there also, and if his SAP is introduced there, you will take another about minimum 2 years to learn the total process. APR, GL, everything. That's not doing. It's a training session. If you attend anywhere and if you does 4 hours or 8 hours course, within 1 month they will be able to complete the training. Okay. Apart from that, SAP does the certification of FICO module. Again, FICO module also there are a lot of fixed assets, everything. Lot of modules are there. And treasury is a different module also altogether. So if you do any of the certifications which are there, the cost is 40 to 45,000 rupees. And if you do the certification, obviously job is guaranteed. They will pick you up and no issue. But whatever I explained in the total process here in the implementation, and if you know the processes and the T codes, and if you explain everything what is defined in the PPT, I am 100% sure you will be able to crack some of the jobs.
Yeah, thank you. Zishan, you're in the call. Do you have any further questions?
Yeah, hi. This is Zishan here. I'm on the call. Right now, all my doubts are cleared as spoken with the Mahbub, Mr. Mahbub. So, in fact, he asked all the doubts what all I had. So, even I was like the same questions what he asked now, like how the process goes on the training and what all the charges fees. Like if I go for an with the self like through the system, what you said it takes 2 years. So probably it will not be a recommended good. I guess for me. So like as you said, there are the sessions like training centers with the
Yeah.
who cost like that session, that training sessions as yours itself, or like your tie up with those like is there anything like that? Like,
No, training sessions, you can, depending on the place where you are, you can go and
acha, okay.
only thing is ensure that they have the IMG system to give you the
Mm-hmm.
training, and hands-on should be there. Once you
Okay.
learn everything, then you can. The questions are questions of the these things are very. It's kind of a very multiple choice questions kind of a thing. So you should
Mm-hmm.
practice, and then you can easily pass that one.
Okay, and one more doubt I have. I have observed, like I have visited the many training, like this places. I have observed two things. One, like training academy said me that they will be providing us the on-job training,
Hmm.
and one more, that another type is like just for an through the illustrations,
Hmm.
learning from the illustrations and learning from the on-job training. So, which do you prefer? Like, it's more preferable. Like it
Yeah.
should be in the on-job training, or it should be through learning through the illustrations what they give.
The company where you're working, SAP is installed.
No,
They are not using SAP.
no.
What are they using? Or
See, it's actually like it's a government institute where I work for. It's an hospital, and I will be in the administrative and accounts department.
okay,
So
but you
they
know
will
the
not be
processes
using.
clearly. Uh,
Because what are the process which we do, I know it.
no, but if it tell me in terms of APARGL or
No, I'm not
Excel.
sure about that.
So what you do is you then you do go to the training institute where the on-job training is giving. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
before going there, I want you to go through this my PPT and exactly go through what is APARGL, what is the
Okay.
thing. Okay,
Yes.
then you go for the training.
Mm-hmm.
Then afterwards, if you are confident, you can do the certification. Then
Mm-hmm.
obviously you will get a good job.
Yes, but due to this pandemic COVID-19 situation, I don't think so there will be any physical classes, and almost all there will be in like webinar itself.
Uh,
So it will not be so accurate as we go in the physical classes,
yeah,
sitting there
wait
and
for some
learning.
time until the
Yes,
program.
yes. Hmm.
Okay.
So we should wait.
Yeah.
Like, do you provide? Do you have any academies like this app
No, I
who
don't have
certifies?
because
Okay, you don't have.
my
Okay.
through my experience only I'm doing all these things and
Oh wow.
just to help.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
Are there any person who's already working and interested to, teach them like Zishan, and maybe if it is needed, it will be paid also. So, is there any?
See, the course itself, a lot of people take 25, 30,000 plus certification is 40,000.
True.
So nobody will teach you everything in one place because all the three sessions what I've taken, I covered up all everything on the SAP. That same thing nobody will cover. Either they will talk about FICO or MM or basis, hardware, software. Nobody will talk everything, you know.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I'm asking, because if somebody is already working in the organization and she can be a consultant, then the scope will be very good.
No, it is not possible.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much for all your.
Yeah. ठीक है. Next question, please.
Hi, hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, myself Amir. So I'm not into the industry of SAP or basically I'm in academics and more into like into a startup. So
Okay.
I was just wondering here to like for the SMEs or small startup, is the
Yeah.
SAP also they follow? Because
Yes,
initially everything
certainly.
is yeah.
See, I told you one module that is the uh, business this thing. This product is sold very because here you need monthly subscription.
Okay.
Okay, and you don't have to buy hardware, don't have to buy anything. SAP by design is a
Okay.
cloud-based solution. You don't have to
Uh-huh.
buy hardware, you don't buy to licenses. Already, all the SMEs, there are already line of business is defined. Yours into education, fine.
I'm into robotics industry, so also I am with the startup in robotics side, cleaning
Okay,
robots.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
There are startup companies also, there is a this thing module available.
Hmm.
You can use that module and use it, and you don't have, you have to pay monthly only.
Okay.
Like rental cases, you buy 110 users license and use it, and the monthly payments you can do. So
Okay.
if I'll just give me 1 minute, I will open the one more this thing. Line of business is there. Just let's see how this was a session of mine for the total this thing, you know.
Okay.
Uh,
Quite nicely
yeah, this is
summarized in the slides form. Yeah.
yeah. If you send me your email ID, I will give you this one.
I have shared already.
19. No, not on chat. You send me on my email ID.
Okay.
Okay, with major aerospace, auto linking, 21 industries, startup, there should be something, healthcare. Everybody, you see, there are 21 industries, 24 industries released, and
Yes.
19 industries. You can just take a. So you'll be able to use SAP from the beginning, and you don't have to hire 50, 60 people to start SAP. Then here it is a very simple process. You can
Okay.
start using.
I'll put an email to you as well.
Yeah, I'll send
Okay.
you the presentation
Okay.
also.
Brief
Okay, thank you.
introduction. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other question? I also need an information whether there are, I hope I've seen a lot of people and send me LinkedIn requests for this thing. I know a lot
Yes.
of FICO experts are there. I want people to add to this presentation or add a value whether any other topics to be included in the FICO implementation. I need a feedback from the SME experts, you know, system matter expert, they call it. I know a lot of Abdul, some people are there who are FICO experts. You go through this PPT and let me know if anything to be added in the presentation, so that every time I will be taking these 3 presentations. One is introduction, another is FICO, another is material management. The rest of the modules, project system, quality management, are all small modules. Anybody being expert in the FICO and MM can gather other modules within 6 months. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thank you everybody for attending the session, and I enjoyed the thing. Dr. Saif, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Saif, I have one this thing. Did you get the AC mentor?
Yes, I got a couple of.
Yeah, 2 persons I saw they responded. If you don't get anybody, let me know. I will pitch in.
Sure, sure. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for the session, and